Okay, today I'm going to talk with you about cultural representations of beauty. It was actually more difficult than I imagined for two reasons. One, it's very closely related to body image, and two, there are so many different ways to approach this topic in general. But I want to start off with giving the actual dictionary definition of beauty, just to start off on the ground level. Okay. 1. The quality present in a thing or person that gives intense pleasure or deep satisfaction to the mind, whether arising from sensory manifestations as shape, color, sound, a meaningful design or pattern, or something else, as in a personality or high spiritual qualities that manifest. 2. A beautiful person, especially a woman. 3. A beautiful thing as a work of art or building. 4. Often beauty, something that is beautiful in nature or in some natural or artificial environment. 5. An individual pleasing or beautiful quality, grace, charm, and then it gives you a sentence. Okay, but I wanted to make sure that I covered the basis of social media to see how beauty is being shown to us. Not really the basis of social media, but I chose two of the most searched websites that I know, Google and YouTube. So when searching the word through Google Images under beauty, I found photos of mainly white models with makeup. And when searching the word beautiful, there were some of the same, and then there were also some natural things like landscape and flowers. Now here's what I found out when I asked a few of our classmates, and even some people that don't go to our school, so are a little bit outside of the artistic realm. Okay. Here's the first one. To me, beauty is more than just skin and an outward presentation. Beauty goes further into the core of a human being, past the tissues and rooted into the bones. The complete aura of a person is what strikes me more than the makeup plastered onto flesh. I believe I have a natural sense of beauty. I enjoy women who are curvy, have wide hips, don't wear makeup, who act civilized and are nurturing. And real beauty to me isn't at all physical. It has a lot to do with having a beautiful personality, being kind, confidence no matter what you look like, showing off your talents regardless. And I think natural beauty is best. Somebody said, I think that beauty is something that's just real. Emphasis on the real. Okay. I think of beauty as being timeless. The females who wear cat eyes, don't tan until they're orange, and present themselves in a classy and sophisticated way are the most beautiful to me. I feel like the golden age of Hollywood presented the most jaw-dropping people known to Earth. Makeup was used as a side note just to lightly enhance wonderful features that were already presented. I have another person that says, I am a fond believer in that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. This isn't to say that there isn't a general overall idea of beauty and what beautiful is, or attractive due to our popular culture in each society. Yet, one can see clearly that each individual finds different things attractive, be it hair color, hair length, weight, skin color, and all different sorts of things like that. And I have another one that somebody said, my own definition of beauty is viewing the female body or appearance as an extraordinary piece of art. I have another one that is, beauty to me is the process of finding the perfectness in perfection. A freckle, a lone brush stroke on color, a crack in a facade. Perfection is boring. It's the small yet stunning details that set things apart. You're captivated by the flaw, and it transforms the entire canvas into something more layered and captivating. I think this works for people too. This process, in my experience, also allows one to delve into themselves and notice their own flaws. And through all this is beauty, where the flaws create the masterpiece. Beauty is messy and unintentional and full of mistakes, but through it flows a purity of emotions, unedited and in its true state. I think kitties are beautiful too. And last but not least, I have beauty is an idea, I think. The idea of experiencing something that resonates with you so well that you want to lose part of yourself in it. Whether it comes from a person, a sight, or just a feeling. When for you, something comes so close to perfection it's difficult to put into words. I think the best thing about it is it's simultaneously universal, but extremely personal. What's beautiful to you may not be to others, and yet beauty can be shared. Okay. When I did the YouTube search for beauty, I came up with either makeup tutorials or videos about body image and societal views of beauty, and a lot of tangents on that, and one of which I want to show at the end of this. It seems to me that body image and beauty are dependent upon one another, if not the same in America. For us, we're used to seeing thin models or celebrities on a cover and rating hot bodies or the best beach bodies, or the worst beach bodies, or, whose plastic surgery looks worse than so-and-so's. But right now, thin is in, and it is simply a trend. A long time ago, in this area, being heavier meant that you were wealthier because you could afford more and better food. Not to say that that isn't still that way in other cultures, which it is, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. But that was what most people wanted to attain then. However, I feel that my particular generation is bringing about the idea of something called self-love, or self-acceptance, or just in general kind of confidence, but just accepting basically that everybody's view on beauty is different, both locally and worldwide. It could be something that has been around for a long time, but right now it seems to be what I'm personally living through, a lot of that with family and friends. Pushing each other to be confident and in how they view themselves and how they view beauty. And whether it's in a man, a woman, dark hair, light skin, tall, short, curvy, thin, natural, or somebody who likes to put on makeup, it doesn't really matter. It's your choice. It's you. It's your preference. I was reading an article by a woman named Amy Alcon and her thoughts on the beauty category of weight. And she says, these preferences span borders, cultures, and generations, meaning yes, there really are universal standards of beauty. And while Western women do struggle to be slim, the truth is women in all cultures eat, or don't, to appeal to the male gaze. The body size that's idealized in a particular culture appears to correspond with the availability of food. In cultures like ours, where you can't go 5 miles without passing a 7-Eleven, and food is sold by the pallet load at warehouse grocery stores, thin women are in. In cultures where food is scarce, like in Sahara-adjacent hoods, blubber is beautiful, and women appeal to men by stuffing themselves until they're like Jabba the Hutt. And here are a few more ideas on beauty. In China, the pursuit of beauty was banned a long time ago, and everybody was supposed to look the same, uniforms, everything strict. And now it's the exact opposite. They've established huge makeup lines and all of those sorts of things. And in the packet that I handed out to everybody, there's pictures, and I'm just going to go over the descriptions for each of those images. For the first one, beauty in different cultures, we're going to talk about the Thai and Burmese culture. Long necks are extremely important. This effect is produced by circling the neck with brass rings starting at the age of 6 and gradually adding more and more. The only time they are removed is on the girl's wedding night. And in New Zealand, tattoos are common around, although tattoos are common around the world, for Maori women in New Zealand, the tattoos are placed on their lips and chins. The ultimate beauty is to have full blue lips. Although somebody did, after reading the article, did say that that wasn't completely true. Not all women had that, just a few. And scars are considered ugly in the West, but for Karo girls in southern Ethiopia, it will help them get a husband. As young girls, the skin on their stomach is cut to create scars, and when they have enough, they are considered ready for marriage. Kind of like the scarification process. The Western media might push thinness as desirable, but in many other cultures, big is most definitely beautiful. In many African countries, such as Mauritania and Nigeria, a skinny woman would be pitied. In fact, women are fed as much as possible to make them more beautiful. There's a fourth one. Central African tribe hold beauty contest, but this time it's the men on display. During festivals, the men compete to attract a wife and are judged on their beauty and singing and dancing skills, as you can see from the pictures. The guys go through a lot of effort, which kind of reminds you of when birds are trying to find their mate. They kind of flap their wings and dance around and sing. And then there are lip plates, which is just basically stretching different parts of your body. As you can see, his ear is stretched, but also they stretch their lips. It's just a traditional thing that they do. And there's something called teeth filing. Most of us will avoid going to the dentist unless we really have to, but Balinese people willingly submit to this extreme treatment. They have some of their teeth filed, which is meant to remove vices like arrogance. It was also practiced among the Upoto tribe in Africa and among Aborigines. And last but not least, there is a picture of another tradition in China that has been long gone for a while. And to achieve the effort of tiny feet, their bones were broken before binding and caused women a lifelong pain and making it difficult for them to walk. And as you can see in the picture, it's their feet kind of into these really small shoes. Okay, and just kind of as a summing point, there was a person that I talked to, and she said that in her women justice and victimization class, her professor discussed how beauty has changed drastically in the last 20 years, and the ideal body type has changed, and what is considered attractive has changed. I think what's really important to remember about beauty is that it's always evolving, and it's never consistent.